So we're on the air.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I would call the meeting to order. Tuesday, March 25th, 2025, Saline County Planning and Zoning. First item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda for tonight's meeting. Any discussion? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the agenda for March 25th, 2025.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we approve the agenda for tonight's meeting as printed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. It carries unanimously. Approval of the minutes of the last meeting, which someone forgot to attend.
Really?
I watched the last 30 minutes of it when I realized I was late. You did a good job.
Good cover.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
No, sorry
like,
about that. I missed the wrong day, and I turned on my computer and said, uh-oh, Brett's running the show. And
I'm like you, though. The ending was the best part.
it was. Any talk of the minutes?
No.
Mr. President, I move we approve the minutes as printed.
As printed?
I second that.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we approve the minutes of the November 26, 2024 meeting as printed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion does carry unanimously. Tonight, we need to reorganize the board, choosing a chair and co-chair. I've served my 2 terms. I need to step down. I don't know, Brett, have you turned 2 years in a row?
Yeah, I've done this for 2 years.
Okay, so he has to step down as co-chairman. The gavel is now being handed.
Who are you looking at?
Anyone who will accept the nomination. I need nominations for chairman.
I think Sean would do a really good job.
I think he would too.
Would you accept the nomination?
Do I have to?
Sean, if you'll chair, I'll vice chair.
Oh, man, I don't know.
I'm in charge of your campaign committee, and you just go.
Got my vote. We're here to help you. We're right behind you.
Oh, yeah. Guys,
We'll
We will
be here.
support you.
That's a lot of pressure.
We'll be here, right?
How long is the term?
1 year.
1 year.
It's just 1 year.
1 year.
You can handle it.
All right, I'll do it.
I need a motion.
I'll make a motion that we nominate Sean
I'll need some help, though.
Alvarez for chairman.
As chairman.
Second.
Properly moved and second that Sean has been nominated. Any other nominations from the floor? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You won by a landslide. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And thanks for doing it. Thanks for doing it. I need a vice chairman. I need a nomination. I need a
Mr. Former
nomination.
Chairman, I nominate Kathleen as the vice chair.
He's still the chairman tonight.
Second.
Doesn't take a vote.
It's been properly moved and second that we nominate Kathleen as vice chairman. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Congratulations. Thank you for accepting the co-chair position. Okay, moving on. Item number 1, staff.
This is subdivision exception 25-01. This is consideration of a transfer of one development right from a parcel of land located in section 31, Township 13 South, Range 1 West, to a parcel in section 23, Township 13 South, Range 4 West, at the request of River Ridge Properties, LLC. Basically, this is something that it's come to my attention that actually Ray has been working on this for a while, and he's been doing his due diligence with trying to get everything straightened out before he requests this. There has been a survey that has been submitted with your packets, and basically this is a request for approval of one development right transfer from a 213-acre tract of land to an approximately 33-acre tract of land. A lot split is proposed for this development right. The sending property was owned by Jerry and Janet Ireton Trust. The receiving property is, as stated, River Ridge Properties, LLC. The Code requirements, the sending property meets code requirements for being located within the floodplain, a minimum of 80 acres in size. Property shall remain agriculturally zoned with 2 development rights remaining on this parcel. The property has been owned by the same owner for more than 10 years. The receiving property meets code requirements as well. It is outside the urban service area and more than 1 mile from city limits of Salina. Property meets improvements required for rural residential development. No platting of property is required, as only 1 right is being transferred. The property is not within the floodplain, but does contain a small area of Zone A towards the north end of the parcel. The property does not contain a significant amount of Class 1 or 2 farm soils. Property has no current deed restrictions. The application meets the goals of the 2022 Comprehensive Plan for Appropriate Rural Development and the intent of floodplain regulations by removing potential development from the floodplain. Transfer of development rights to smaller acreages are allowed provided certain conditions are met. In the past, the Planning Commission has approved such transfers because it is the county's consensus that in specific instances it is more important to discourage development within a floodplain than it is to prevent development on smaller secondary parcels. 2 building rights remain on the sending property. Conditions for approval: no additional splits nor development right transfers will be allowed on this parcel. Current zoning is agricultural. Owner understands that the county may, at its discretion, rezone the property to a residential zoning district at some point in the future. Recommendation: staff is recommending approval of subdivision exception 2501 with staff findings 1 through 4 and conditions listed herein. The alternatives would be to approve the application according to staff findings and conditions, approve the application with amended findings or conditions, table or continue the application for further consideration, deny the application based on findings by the Planning Commission. So with that, the applicants are here, and if you want to ask them any questions, they'll just ask them to step forward.
Thanks, staff. Would the applicant like to come forward and make any comments?
I'm fine. He pretty much laid it all out for you guys.
Okay, okay.
And ladies and gentlemen.
I'll open it up then to public discussion. Seeing none, I will close the floor for discussion, bring it back to commission. Any discussion on the matter whatsoever? Looks to be pretty cut and dry.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward.
There's no discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the application according to staff findings and conditions for SE 2501.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded that we approve SE 25-01 as printed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion does carry unanimously. Thank you.
Ray, I'm going to send you an action letter that I'll email one to you. It just outlines the conditions and everything.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay. Feel free to leave if you don't want to stay for the rest of the show. It's always a good one, though.
Or you can stay for the excitement.
There you go. Staff announcements.
The City of Salina approved amendments to the interlocal agreement and the adopted commercial building codes to include input from the fire chief on all commercial permit reviews of county projects, and also the BES resolution that you all put together and recommended approval of back in November that will be brought before the county commission on April 1st, next week.
Is that it? I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. Nobody wants to leave, huh?
You mean you don't want to hang out here?
Meeting adjourned.
So-
I override.
You don't have